up? It is Candace with a K here, where I normally talk books, beauty, and kicks. Today I am running down 3 books that I was able to read in the month of July. While there are still just a few days left in July, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish another one, so I just wanted to give you my July reads. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for holding me down. And let's get into it. So if you are not following Candace with the K Reads on Instagram, I don't know why you're not. That is where you can stay up to date on all the books that I have read. I normally just post them right on there. And so yeah, these top 3 are the ones that I read this month of July. So the first one was 7 Days of June by Tia Williams. The second was Somebody's Daughter by Ashley Ford. And the third was Jasmine Guillory's latest installment of her wedding date series, While We Were Dating. So 2 novels, 1 memoir. Let's get into my opinions of each book. So first, with 7 Days of June, that was such a great book. Oh my Jesus. Okay, so basically 7 Days of June is a story about 2 authors who grew up together, separated, but their relationship and their work brings them back together, and they try to rekindle their romance in 7 days in June. Okay, so it's very much what the title is giving. The cover is beautiful. So if I'm show you the picture, look at the cover. Isn't that just so romantic? Like, the cover is gorgeous. And so basically this book was just the perfect romance novel. This is my second reading of a book by Tia Williams. The first was A Perfect Find, which is now being adapted into a movie for Netflix, which will feature Gabrielle Union, Keith Powers. I keep seeing more people added to the cast, which that was also a good book. So if you want to start off at another place, The Perfect Find by Tia Williams is also a great book. But the 7 Days of June was such a warm love story that didn't feel contrived and corny and like super weak. It was like the perfect, it wasn't the perfect romance, but it was a perfect romance. So just some trigger warnings are suicide, self-inflicting harm, alcoholism, and things like that. But the story just encapsulates you to where you just want to keep reading and you want more. In my head, I had created this image of Shane, and Shane is just like, he is it, okay? So yeah, it's like you want more from the characters. I hope that this also gets an adaptation, because I would love to see how they bring these characters to life. It just seems like it would be the perfect made for TV series or movie, what have you. This was probably one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. And it's a very easy read. It's not super, twisty and turny. It's very simple. You could get through it, but I was eager to pick the book up every time. Like, I had to go do something. It's like, I got to get back to Shane and Eva. But it's like, yeah, those were it was the perfect book to follow up to reading The Other Black Girl, which I didn't really care for. I also read Jasmine Guillory's 9th installment to her wedding date series. I believe it's number 9. It might be number 6. It's one of those circled numbers with a line. So it might be either 9 or 6. It might be 6. I don't know. So I read that book, and I go to Jasmine Guillory straight for corny love story. Like, you want rom-com, you want corny, that's her lane. And that's fine, because she does it very well. While We Were Dating was very like, let's fake date so that we can end up in love, even though we really want each other, but we trying to play it cool type of thing, which is cute. It's the perfect rom-com. It really reminded me of Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which is one of my faves too, by Talia Hibbert. And so this love story was just goopy and sappy, and it just really made you love. Like, seeing the effort that what's his name? And the effort that Ben was displaying towards Anna was like, damn, God, I see what you do for others. Can you help me out? It was very cute for them to take that road trip on a whim, because I went to college in the Bay Area, so it was nice seeing how they were connecting all of California. Being a Los Angeles resident, I was up and down the 5 all the time, in and out. That was my marker of like, I'm halfway home. This is my pit stop. So it was nice reading that. It was just nice seeing the hoops and loops that they went through love. The sex scenes and the love scenes were magnificent. Jasmine does her thing. And it's just a very like warm, corny story. Makes me miss the Bay. I'm ready to go back to the Bay. I love the Bay Area. And so, yeah, this is just a very feel-good novel. Like, especially if you're reading something heavy or reading something that is very thought-provoking, it's nice to break away and read something like a rom-com like this, because it just eases all those, you know, that anxiety and that stress that comes from reading. Which leads me to the next book I read, which was Somebody's Daughter by Ashley Ford, which is a memoir. And I was not privy to Ashley Ford's work, so I'm not really sure of her writer background or what else she has going for herself. I know that this was an Oprah's book club book, and I had saw the post of Oprah reading the book. I'm not really the biggest fan of memoirs, and that's no tea, no shade to nobody, because that's their life story, and I'm always down to read other people's life story. It puts my life into perspective. It puts the idea of life into perspective, but I'm just not a fan. I don't gravitate to memoirs regularly. But a friend of mine was reading this book and said she was enjoying it as she was reading it, and then I was like, okay, well, fine, I'll pick it up and I'll read it myself. For me personally, it's just her life story, so I can't really offer critique to it, because this is her reality. So basically, Ashley Ford was raised in what will be deemed an abusive home, as well as her father being incarcerated. So she was constantly looking for outlets, as well as being sexually assaulted as a teenager. And her outlet came through writing, which I love that narrative and that story, because writing is such an integral part of my life. For whatever reason, the gardeners want to garden right now. But nonetheless, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading more about her work. I think her story is interesting in that it shows that you can always, it shows the resilience and the perseverance that Black women have innately. She came from a pretty fucked up situation, and no doubt about it, she was able to rise above, and now she's a best-selling author. And that in itself is magnificent and should be applauded. Yeah, so those are the 3 books that I read this month. What are your thoughts? Are you reading? Have you read any of these? I am currently reading 2 books. So one book that I'm reading is, what I'm reading now. Oh my God, where'd it go? Oh, it's on my phone. A Deadly Scoop. Something about an ice cream shop and a murder, but they have a series, so that's probably going to be in my next review. I'm also reading In Every Mirror She's Black, which is, received an advanced reader's copy, which I can't wait to give my review on that one as well. I've got some more books in the works that should be coming my way to give my honest review about. I also have a ton of books sitting right here that I need to read. Malibu Rising is one of those. I love my girl Taylor Reed Jenkins. So just be on the lookout. If you're into books, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.